gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
Well, if you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing, Prescott. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
One thing for us to keep in mind and remember, they're coming off of their open week last week. They got to sit home and relax a little bit before the final stretch of the season. They got the lucky draw because every team in the league,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Drives it underneath to Elliott. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Alert!
Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe with a pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
He lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Well, look now at our starting defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Prescott now. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And that's Elliott, complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
To throw, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
And the Browns getting set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The Browns drive about to get started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Elliott. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
A 2-yard gain brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had
to. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The drive starts with a completion, left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Prescott now now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They keep on the ground with Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down. It's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Hunt. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
A first down throw from Mayfield. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. He'll let this go for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.